Bulls from South Africa were the Super 14 champions in 2007, but they've struggled so far this season to just 2 wins from 5 starts. The Chiefs have the same record. Once again, it's been a season dominated by injuries and missed opportunities. Tonight's match comes to you from the Rotorua International Stadium, one of the finest rugby arenas in the country. Perfect night for rugby, and a look at the championship table with still a couple of matches remaining in this weekend's competition. Crusaders well clear. Sharks have the bye this weekend. The Blues have just recorded a last-minute win over the team from South Africa. The Stormers and the Force are currently lying in 4th place. And we have to go to the second page to find the 2 teams involved tonight. 8 points for the Chiefs, exactly the same for the Bulls. Neither have managed any bonus points at all during the competition. So a look inside the Chiefs, at least the Bulls dressing sheds. They are well aware, coming off a fairly poor performance last week against the Reds, that this is an important game for them. Important again for the Chiefs. As I said at the start, the season so far dominated by talk of injuries and missed opportunities so far. So those 2 sides sitting towards the bottom of the championship table. One of them is going to make progress tonight. One is not. Joining me is former All Black Stu Wilson. And Stu, perfect night for rugby here in Rotorua.
Well, it is. It's a pretty important night for both these teams going into this round. They're lying 10th and 11th on the points table. They're chasing the top half a dozen up above them. And a win tonight, to whoever will be, will give them a good chance of continue the tempo and the roll into the semi-finals. A loss, I would say that it'd be a good night nurse and absolutely no chance to make the semis.
So the walk down the long tunnel here at the International Stadium, rather an underutilised facility. Good number of Bulls supporters on hand tonight. And as per normal, it's a huge Bulls forward pack here in Rotorua tonight. The man with the most profile is Bakis Botha, the mainstay of the Springbok pack for a number of seasons. Botha keen to move north this season, but the Bulls will be happy he was denied that request after they lost Victor Matfield from last season. And the key man in the back line is undoubtedly Fourie du Preez, capped 38 times for the Springboks. Du Preez is arguably the best number 9 in world rugby, as he showed at the World Cup last year. Derek Hawkard has been deadly with the boot in 2008, and the Chiefs will need to be aware of his kicking prowess. And the 7 men who form the bench for the Bulls tonight. So the Bulls have got onto the field. Former All Black Matthew Cooper is sidelined tonight. And Matthew, perfect conditions.
Yeah, lovely conditions here tonight, Nisbo. The ground's in perfect order and there is no wind. So looking forward to 2 pretty desperate sides being able to throw the ball around and see if they can get their accuracy a lot better than it has been.
So now the Chiefs about to make their appearance. Something of a homecoming tonight for Chiefs flanker Liam Messam, the old boy from Rotorua Boys High School. Hasn't really fired in 2008, but tonight presents a great opportunity for him to do so. Turnaround Latimer returns to the open side flank. Soni Luaki to number 8. The Chiefs very well served in the loose. And they've had so many backline injuries this season. The coach, Foster, hasn't been able to settle on a combination. Stephen Donald remains at first 5, but his form so far this season has been pretty average, and so is his goal kicking. Captain Mills Muliaina returning to fullback tonight. So everybody is aware of how important this game is. The team that loses could sink without trace. The team that wins could move on in 2008. Tonight's referee, James Leckie from Australia, James Schultens and Lyndon Bray. Here's James Schultens of Australia and Lyndon Bray from New Zealand. They are the assistant referees, and upstairs to make the calls will be Glenn Newman. So it's a good, enthusiastic crowd here.
Let's go.
Most of them gathered on the embankment on this near side. So Derek Hawkard is going to get us started. It's the Chiefs against the Bulls at the Rotorua International Stadium, and the kickoff is made. Chiefs looking to start well, and they do so. Good take by Lauaki. Leonard kicking from outside the 22. Ball swirling. Oh, and just hanging on to it. It was a good take in the finish.
Out of the 10, Blue.
Mornay Stain makes the kick. As the Chiefs, they'll give the ball plenty of air. They might be a little bit nervous to do so in the early stages, though. They won't be playing with a lot of confidence as Hawkout goes back. And he fires it into midfield, and dangerous stuff. And Dupria gets a kick off the side of his boot. And the Chiefs closed them down, and that could have been nasty for the Bulls.
Excellent early pressure from the Chiefs, making, I think, a fairly average kick. Put a lot of pressure on the catcher, forcing them into a little bit of panicky times. But Matthew, really the Chiefs in the last 3 games haven't started that well, and if you give a team like the Bulls a good lead at half-time, you know, they're finding it hard to come back in that second half.
Absolutely. I mean, they're a team that they're a lot better than what they've been playing, and you know, there's been some injuries, but there's also been some lack of pattern to their game. Their backs need to run a lot straighter. Their kicking game needs to be a lot better. That is the likes of Brendan Leonard and also Steve Donald. Big challenge for those two.
Nice take by Kevin O'Neill. First line-out throw from Tom Willis was a good one. He's got the ball now, Willis, as they plough up. Not getting too much yardage there as the pass is high. Donald can't drag it down. Wangasei Duandua, another old boy from Rotorua Boys High School. So there's been several players coming back to where they were educated. Charging into it is Messam. Now Leonard frees it off to Donald, drops it onto the boot. Good kick. Getting back is Ndungani into the in-goal area. Then he hacks it off downfield. This has worked out pretty well for him. It's bought a fair bit of time. And it finally sits up. It took a while for Wangasei Duandua. And he ploughs straight ahead. They're about 10 metres out from the 22.
Get out of there. Don't stand there in front, please. Get out of there.
Leonard shrugs his way out of a high tackle. Fired away into midfield by Toby Lynn. Well, there's no way through there. Gang tackling by the Bulls early on. Now Muliaina has a go at the gap. The captain of the side, Leonard, hands it on to Davison. In turn, Leonard gets it back. Fires it across. And Tanarau Latimer with the ball. Leonard again, now Donald. Good defence early on here from the Bulls, as the Chiefs have kept it coming. Now here's Callum Bruce. They've had to move and change the midfield so often this season. And held on, and a bit of a chip at the referee, so that's another 10 metres.
It's foolish rugby.
Back here, let's look at the mark, please.
And that's the area of the game where the Bulls will be concentrating. There'll be 3 areas. It'll be the collision zone. They'll be attacking the Chiefs set pieces, particularly at scrum time. And 12 and 13.
And that was a very good play.
And Dwayne Sweeney.
Very good play there from Vickers Van Heerden, the number 7 for the Bulls. He was the man that got on top of their Callum Bruce. And as you say, Stu, very important that the Chiefs protect that ball when they go into contact.
Kicked high. Up goes Loaki. Met on the way down. Leonard. Back for Donald. Useful clearing kick taken by Stain.
Don't advance. 12 blue out. 6 blue stop.
Donald is there to pick it up again. Again drop it onto the boot. And now it's a chance for the Bulls to have a bit of a go. Henry Vonenberg. Chiefs fancy their chances here. Snapped up by O'Neill. Quick hands for Donald. Out to centre 3/4, Dwayne Sweeney. And the Chiefs back in possession. Didn't take long for them to get it back. Bulls can't get their hands on it at the moment. When they do, they lose it. Quick hands again. Here's Lauaki asking questions again. Leonard. Muliaina spins out of one tackle. Slow ball. Leonard slips the pass. Lynn took an age to get it. Now Leonard, more conventional this time for Donald. Heaving it out into centre field. Wagasanduandua.
Advantage.
Ball sits back nicely. They're playing advantage here. Donald gets his hands free of the tackle. Good stuff. And Muliaina still in possession.
Backwards.
It's been kicked away. Now Wagasanduandua has to go back. Dangerous from broken play, but he very quickly gave it to Lila Masanga. They've got a ton of pace out wide, the Chiefs, if they can get it there. Wagasanduandua again.
From behind, Blue.
Snapped up by Latimer. Now the kick through by Bruce. Again, bouncing off the hand. Still could work out all right for the Chiefs. Dwayne Sweeney.
Ball's out. Play on.
It's all over the place here and finally knocked on.
Well, it was a good opening 5 minutes. 6 minutes for the Chiefs. Absolutely dominated the ball.
Well, they were very relaxed when they came out. It's been a hard time for them the last month. They haven't played well, but they were quite relaxed. And sometimes when you are in that frame of mind, you tend to throw the ball around. And whilst they didn't go too forward that well, there was some very good accuracy there, and that's what the Chiefs have been missing.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage. Up. Closer to the mark, please. Go. You got lost. Right on. Right here. Yeah, that's good. That's a better gap. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage. Keep the bind.
Fottenberg off the back.
Fine. From behind. Hey, don't go on the side. Number 8, you've crept around the side and into the side.
Penalty against Lawaki, coming from the offside position. Interesting haircut, Stu.
Yeah, he's been to the hairdressers this week.
I'm not sure he has. He's had a hack himself, hasn't he?
Gee, that, he's seen a horror movie.
Get his number, Stu, go to his barber.
That's the Hawkins, good to be in the video.
The weather, by the way, is absolutely superb here in Rotorua, and a lovely day here today. But and also on the other side, you can't see it on the camera, but the terraces are pretty full over the other side, which is it's a good sight here on Easter Saturday.
Yeah, it's a magnificent rugby ground. This. Actually played a rugby league test here once between the Kangaroos and the Kiwis a few years ago now. As we see the Bulls backline in action for the first time.
He's tackled up, play on.
Olivier taken in a good tackle. Dupria surveys the options. Hookout makes the kick. Leonard looking for a favourable bounce, and he gets one by crikey. If that had gone over his head, there were several Bulls players chasing, and Brendan Leonard has done a very good job in cover.
Yeah, well, they got good numbers to the breakdown there. Nice little chip over the top. Lots of pressure on the kick. Scrambling out. This is the first attacking movement or first attacking zone that they've been in. I'd expect they'll win their line out pretty easy. They've got a big tall timber right throughout that line out. Oh, easy. Go for the big drive.
They'll be tough to hold here. Big beefy forward pack. Marching over the 5 metre line. Dupria is pushing them on. Now drops to the ground. Or just a lapse in concentration, I think.
But Grant, they've still got the pressure on. They're actually, in the attacking zone. They'll be looking to attack the Chiefs scrum. It's been a little bit wobbly. It hasn't been consistent all season.
Try and keep your hand off the ground. Thank you.
Those areas, they'll look to attack the midfield of the Chiefs, the set pieces of the Chiefs, and the collision zone.
Well, here's another set piece that we haven't seen tonight. First scrum.
Chiefs bring it away off the back with Lawaki. Ball bounces back for Leonard. He kicks immediately. Stain waiting. Could have a drop kick here, and certainly does, and it's no good. Well, there's something predictable about it, isn't it?
Well, Mornay Stain, I'll tell you what. He's got a couple of drop goals already in this competition. He's running at about 83% with the boot for penalties. It wasn't a great one. It was like my 7 iron at North Shore Club the other day.
Time out. You go and get the blood fixed up. We've got a fair bit of blood coming out of your nose. We've got a blood on number 7, Black.
Blood in there for Tanarau Latimer.
Time has stopped.
So
Okay, he's left now.
Temporary replacement.
Back on.
And that'll be Lavave coming on. He's had a very good first month of Super 14. Played very well. So he'll come on, and I'm sure we're going to see him a lot more of him later on in the game.
Kick-off from the 22, fielded by the Bulls, and Hawkart makes the kick. Leonard made an effort to grab it, was snapped up by Ben Castle.
No hand, Blue. Leave it, Blue. I've asked you to leave it alone, Blue. Leave your hand out of it. Listen
Not
for me.
listening to the referee.
Yeah, Nisbo, these ELVs are starting to work in certain areas, but I can't get my head around a guy that deliberately puts his hand in a ruck to slow the ball down. All you get is a free kick. I can't get my head around that. It's an offence. To me, a warning should go straight out to the team and say, right, next one that does that, don't care who it is, you're 10 minutes in the bin, and get very strong. Now you see that hand in there? It's all over the ball. It's preventing the Chiefs' quick release, and he gets a free kick. Goodness.
Yeah, clearly a ruck. And Ben Castle, who took it in there, is now being attended to. Latimer's back on the field. That didn't take too long.
If he comes off, there is blood, but...
What's your take on that, Matthew, with the hands in the ruck, just getting a free kick?
Oh, absolutely, Stu. There's a couple of other laws, aren't they, that they still need a bit of work, and one of them was the try last week at Waikato Stadium. The guy, the desperate attempt from Masunga to make the tackle, and he got penalised, and it was a penalty try and quite defining. So there is still some work to go. There are some good laws on this as well, and but let's just see how our Northern Hemisphere friends look at them later on in the year.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage. No further blue up.
Lawaki off the back. Leonard in a bit of space. Kicks with the right boot. Ndungani going back. Well, Staines got to get it first. He's got Ndungani with him. And he's looking to run him into a gap. Not able to do so. In fact, it's Damas out on this left wing side. Ndungani out on the other wing. Pass has gone back inside the 22, so he can't kick it out directly. Lawaki lines it up. Oh dear.
Well, I personally think that the individual skill level of the Chiefs this year has been a little bit below par. You know, they have to be more accurate with their skills, and it's just catching and passing. He is one of the senior members of the squad, has worn the black jersey, and little things like that. Ian Foster, he's under a bit of pressure at the moment, and quite rightly, but you know, when his senior pros cough the ball up like that, he just must wonder.
Touch, pause, engage.
Just look for JP Nell coming in, the Northern Bulls, the Bulls midfielder, see if he takes that ball up.
Good strong run by Dupria.
Wait till it's out.
Bulls have looked quite dangerous on occasions. They haven't had many opportunities. And there's some real power right up the centre. Dupria looking to feed it off to Hawkart. Does so. Cross to Olafia, running strongly. He's in a gap, and he's in a big gap. And Vainard Olafia has gone straight through the Chiefs' defence to score the opening try.
Well, this is what one area where we have said the Bulls will try and exploit. It's in the midfield. The defensive line was there. It was just catch and pass, the miss-out pass in the midfield. JP Nell got cut out, and Olafia just in and out. It's too easy.
Oh, this is elementary. This is well finished, clinical from the Bulls as Olivier goes over for a very good try. But that is poor tackling, poor defence, and it was the first impetus from the Bulls, wasn't it? They got the quick ruck ball going forward, and this guy's a great stepper. The Springbok, good try.
Yes, the veteran of 21 test matches. He knows his way to the try line, and that's the best possible start by the Bulls. They haven't had a lot of early ball.
No, but then we have to go back to the era, the actual individual that coughed the ball up from the high ball, dropped it, created the scrum for the Bulls to launch a couple of attacks, and the end result, 5 points with the kick. And this guy is running at 83% with success rate with the boot. He doesn't miss too many.
Well, did he come a little early? Well, we might go back and have a look at that, because it looked like he'd started his run, but it's been converted anyway.
The Chiefs got it right in his boat.
Let's have a look. We have the ability, of course, to do that. The referee can't review it. although he may do later. So we'll have a look at that in just a moment. But of course they can charge the moment he starts to make a movement towards the ball. Stain makes a kick. Lauaki lines it up. He's stayed in the field of play this time. And goes straight at Undungani like a charging rhino.
Great run, great run.
And sets it up nicely for the Chiefs to shift it wide if they can get it out wide quickly. Just running a little bit across field now, trying to straighten his Lila Masanga. Just out from the 22, quickly handed off by Messam. And into the tackle goes Tom Willis.
Roll one, Blue.
Again, slowing it down, the Bulls. Latimer. Straight at Olafia, the try scorer. Leonard again. Donald heaves it across to Bruce. Donald quickly clears it. Just running laterally a little at the moment. We need someone to bang it up the middle. Well, he's got him for a knock on there, but he handled it now. Did he start to move? Just, yeah, well, I mean, that is an indication that they had to move forward. So you can't blame the Chiefs, can you, for starting to charge?
The only problem
What do you
was
reckon, Matt?
Well, the only problem was they didn't kick the ball, the Chiefs, because, yep, he moved his foot, he moved his right foot. So legitimately, if you're chasing from a conversion, you're the defending team, you've got every right to charge that ball down.
Referee warned them off, though, didn't he?
Crouch, touch, pause, engage.
So they might have been hard done by there.
Use it. Gone around.
But in saying that, you know, James Leckie made the decision out on the track. Now, I have no problems with that, even if it was a wrong decision. He's got to control the game as he sees it. And so he said, boys, you're too early. He hasn't moved. End of story. Okay, we.
He was closer than anyone, Stu, wasn't he? Good scrum here by the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So they've earned themselves the put in here. Nawaki's going to take it off the back. Charge here from Bruce.
Leave it, Blue, you're off your feet.
Right near the 22, Leonard. Clears it out to Sweeney. Pretty staunch defence from the Bulls.
Don't go on the side one.
Leonard off to Davison.
Hand up, 4 Blue, leave it.
Oh, Donald was on the charge. Didn't get a very good pass, though.
But it wasn't a good option, though. He was going into 2 or 3 big Bulls defenders. So I think you've got to pick your option. He's the first 5. They need him. They need him for kicking. They need him for tactical play. Having him charge like a tight end prop's necessarily not the most. You could see the gap there, but it closed pretty quickly.
And he was definitely front running. Matthew, these sort of guys like Stephen Donald, you know, Brendan Leonard, Suwani Lauaki, these sort of Tommy Willis, they have to stand up these days and make sure that they play well, because the team will follow them.
Good pressure coming from Leonard as the Bulls run it across their own 22, and then Ndungani kicks. Not out. Fielded by Muliaina. Gets it across to Masaya. He just loves the opportunity to stretch those legs.
Chance, last feet. Don't get in front, not the side.
Leonard. Onto it comes Bruce. Oh, they're running into some thunderous tackles. Now here's the one I say, do with a pace. Now, which way can he go? Oh, he's fired it off to the opposition to Alafia. He didn't have anybody with him, and he should have hung on to it. Nothing similar about the jerseys. Kick goes down straight to Mills Muliaina, running from fullback. And running into some pretty solid opposition too, right near the halfway line. Chiefs continue to move it now. Donald kicks. Dumas going back.
Just in case.
It's a good nudge. Now, where's the pressure?
Back to Hawkard, who's dropped back. And he makes a good clearance.
Time for a rest. Well, it was a beautiful break by Wangasa Duadua. He just carved them up, and then he starts looking. Now, this is weird. I have to protect the ball. It's ball security. That was just a shocker. He'd slipped over. Was there a man there? I don't know. Maybe better to have held onto the ball, looked for the support, got back up on his feet. But those are the little individual errors that Coach Foster is trying to drill out of them.
Willis throws, tipped by O'Neill, awkward, snapped up by Vandenberg. For the Bulls, quickly cleared away by Dupree. Hawkart, he's knocked it on. The referee's playing advantage though, and it's going to be a penalty, I think, to the Bulls.
Knock forward.
He's got the Chiefs are offside.
Well, Nisbet, last week, the Bulls, got hammered a bit up by the Queensland Reds. Here's the last line out. It's tapped down, but it's messy. And the big bullish forwards make means of that, grab the penalty. The Bulls had plenty of opportunities last week against the Reds, although I think the score was something like, was it 40 points? They could have scored easily 3 to 4 tries in that opening 40 minutes. And if they'd taken the opportunities and were more clinical up against the Reds, they would have been well ahead by half-time and they would have won that game.
Timing at the back of the scrum is quite good.
But don't tell me that these South African sides are no good on the road these days. The Stormers and the Bulls and everyone is showing down here that when they get on the road and get out of their country, they do play good rugby.
Yes, it's all changed. Hawkart. Lifts it up nice and high, and a very well taken penalty goal for Derek Hawkart. So he scored over 50 points this season, and the Bulls have a good lead.
One thing they do very well is their attention to detail. The kickers were out here for a long time, both Mornay Stain and Helgard. And it's just their little skills, their skill level that we're talking about. Stu Wilson's mentioned the general skill level of the Kiwi sides, particularly the Chiefs, are letting themselves down under pressure. These guys just keep it simple, a bit like the Springboks did a few months ago.
Demas puts a kick into touch. Aina to Lauaki. Across it goes to Donald. He gets rid of it pretty quickly. And the Chiefs make a pretty useful game.
Yeah, that's good rugby. It's just Mills Malaina taking a quick tap from the line out, and it's 2 passes across to the middle of the track. Steve O'Donnell looking up, seeing not much room up there with a good chase line by the Bulls, just pops it over the top, throws it down to the line out, and let's start again. Their throw.
Gerald Keane, the hooker for the Bulls. He's got plenty of targets here. And he goes this time for Bakis Botha. Danny Rousseau is in there as well. There's plenty of Springboks in this Bulls forward pack. They might have lost Victor Matfield from last season, but there are plenty of big boys in this side as Dupree puts the kick in. Wangasa Duandua waits and gets nailed. Very nearly offside against the Chiefs too. Very lucky didn't touch it. And here's a chance as Keane leads the charge, the hooker. He didn't get it.
Time out.
He didn't get it. It's set up for him too. What a chance there for the Bulls. He's going to ask upstairs, but I think you'll find that he's lost it.
Well, this is what happened last week against the Reds. They had chances and they didn't nail them. They nailed the first one when Olafia just broke through a weak defensive line from the Chiefs. This is a scramble, and the end goal comes off his chest, and then that's a 22. Got out of jail.
Yeah, very lucky indeed.
Good desperation from Liam Messam too for the Chiefs. You see him getting there, putting the heat on there on King. It shouldn't be too difficult, this decision.
A straightforward decision this. It's been lost by the hooker, then he can't find it, and Stephen Donald puts his hand on it.
You there, James?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, the ball has been grounded in goal by a Chiefs player.
By a Chiefs player?
Correct.
Okay, so we're going back for a 22 restart?
Correct.
Thank you. 22. Go ahead, Tom.
There's been one or two, let's say, wonky TMO decisions this year, but that's right on the button.
I'll have a look for it, the next one. Thank you.
Yes, that wasn't a difficult one.
I understand.
You must be listening to you, Stu.
I hope someone is. Again, it was just a little bit of a scramble. And, really, if it just bounced a little bit more kindly to him, that could have been another 5-pointer.
Donald, wonky old kick. Fielded by
Don't
Priya.
advance.
Glowacki waits again. This time he's got it and calls for the mark.
Let the big fella have a run, eh?
Put his pass off nicely to Muliaina. Now Donald looking to go through.
Hand off, Blue, you're off your feet. Back off, Black.
Snapped up by Lynn. Glowacki again. Latimer gave it away to Messam. Wangasa doing a little bit of space. Has looked dangerous. Players run his way more so than it has Masanga. And this ball's been lost.
That's forward by Blue. Thanks, mate.
Plenty of endeavour from the Chiefs so far, but no reward after 24 minutes.
Well, Grant, you know, the whole Chiefs setup this year, they're not short of character, they're not short of fight, but, you know, they're obviously frustrated because they're not getting that front foot ball. And, you know, when you've got guys like Wangasa Duradura and you've got guys like Masanga and Mills Muliaina on the wing, I mean, and these guys can run, but they're just not freeing those backs as well as they should. Would that be correct, Matthew?
Greeted by silence. Stu. Not listening.
So profound, he just disappeared into a hole.
Lost for words.
Well, the numbers are all good, aren't they, for the Chiefs? All the numbers are in the Chiefs' favour. But as you say, the frustration is they can't get it. They're losing that last-minute turnover like Liam Messams, and they're facing a very good Bulls kicking game with Mornay staying, Furry Dupree, and also Derek Helgard. The three guys are kicking very well for the Bulls.
Glowacki. Donald bangs it hard and high. Stain. Oh, got away from him. And here's an opportunity. Been snapped up by Latimer. Now he gave it to Bruce. Cleared away by Leonard. Fires it wide to no one in particular. Masanga has to go back. Trying to step his man. And the referee's going to go back for a penalty, is it?
How much further, mate?
Must have been a penalty. Initially there was a knock on, of course, from Stain.
15 and captain. 15.
So let's have a listen to see what he's going to say.
Just keep the tackles down, please. Thank you. Penalty.
So it was a head-high tackle in the finish.
But if I was coaching Foster Nisbo, I think I'd be getting the message out pretty quickly. Put up the up and under.
That's not the way to take a high ball. You know, his feet were square, Matthew. You've got to turn your body around, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back in case you get hit in the tackle. You've still got a bit of leverage there. But it was still on to be moved across the field, but it was just a one very, very wayward pass, a long cutout pass that just went behind the attacking line of the Chiefs and just lost the tempo.
Chiefs passing up the 3 points in an attempt to get across the line. Looking promising here.
This is good. They've just got to start to shift it either to the left or right.
Edging up towards the 5 metre mark, and pretty good formation too. And he's got a penalty advantage. So let this run as long as it can. Latimer's got it. Donald's joined the fray.
8 Blue in the side. Out of a 2-2. Back you go, Blue. Let him go. Back 10. 5, I should say. 8 Blue in the side.
Either a line out or maybe a scrum. Will they back their scrum? Maybe not.
Okay. Make sure he lands before we sack, please.
27 minutes gone. First half, 10-0. The Bulls lead. Willis. O'Neill goes early, but he's not the jumper. But he is a jumper. That's been knocked on.
After the line out, scrums here.
Here's another example.
Yep.
The numbers for the Chiefs. So this is turnover. This is territory. They're winning the turnovers. They're winning the possession. But the crucial times in the game, this is what's happening.
Crouch, touch, pause. Stay down. You're off over there. Back Off you go. Full unbind. 6.
One thing you do notice, Stu, a lot more straight arm penalties now than there were in the first couple of weeks. I remember doing a game where there were 5 penalties in the entire game.
And about, 20-odd free kicks.
Yeah. Now this is against Liam Messam because he was unbound. Well, he's unbound there, but he claimed he was still hanging on. I think he had a bit of a point.
Well, that's an opportunity lost, Matthew, isn't it? They're in a very good position to put the pressure, keep that pressure on there, and it's all lost.
Straight through the middle. Play on.
Been ripped away here. Great work by Messam. He's ripped it away. And so the Chiefs have another opportunity as Donald gets it. Across to Bruce. Now it's with Sweeney just hesitating. Not quite sure what to do. They probably didn't expect the ball in that situation. Leonard. Ulayaina stabs it through. Ndungani lining up and gets away from Masanga. Donald dropping back just on his own side of halfway across to Lawaki. Lawaki looking to straighten. He decides to kick. Might be all right too. He got to the bound. Beautiful work. And Leonard is scampering away. Tremendous effort by Sione Lawaki. And Brendan Leonard scores the Chiefs' opening try.
Well, Lawaki is a fantastic player. It showed certain skill. Very, very good skill for the chip and chase. He got the pass in the middle of the field, decided to have a go. The little chip and chase, very, very good. Got the good bounce, unloaded quickly. Open goal line. That's the opening points for the Chiefs tonight. Well taken. That's the opportunity they want.
Credit where credit's due. Good skills there from Lawaki. Popped up nicely. Determined, a lovely vision to let the ball go to this man. And that's a great reply and well deserved with all the numbers, the territory, the possession. At least they get some reward.
Yes, they have. They've had over 2/3 possession and have taken this long to get a try. First kick at goal tonight for Stephen Donald. And he has dragged it away to the left. Goal kicking woes continue, kicking just over 50%. But look at the skills here. Had to wait for the bounce, and then the quick pass was what it was all about. Leonard, he's got real pace, the number 9. And the Chiefs are on the board. Conversion missed though, 10-5. Toby Lynn lines this up. Oh, he's gone too early, but they're lucky to get away with it. Taken down by O'Neill. Leonard, the try scorer. Donald. Making a stain run. Oh, good kick. Very good kick.
That's a bomb. That's a little pearler. Down into the attacking zone we go. And he's saying to the big boys up front, now come on guys, let's compete at this line out. You will notice though, Grant, throughout this first 30-odd minutes in this half, the Blues are not putting too many guys into the tackle zone. You know, when the Chiefs take it into a tackle, they're only putting 1 or 2 and just spanning it. I think what the Chiefs have got to do is they've got to do a little bit of pick and go, try a little couple of rolls and a couple of drives off the rucks, and try and suck in some of those big South African forwards you're just spreading it on the defensive line and just waiting for the Chiefs to have the ball.
But the good work of Stephen Donald's excellent kick has just been undone, hasn't it? And that's the disappointment. A line-out infringement, a straight-arm penalty, and so the Bulls will get a throw-in again.
Got to wait till he lands and just drag down from behind.
Well, as Matthew said, it's incredibly hard for Stephen Donald to direct the ship, to put the team down onto the attacking zone, and then just to give away a senseless penalty like that.
Bulls in control of this, just on the Chiefs side of halfway, trapped in the back by Keane. keep it close, says DeFria. Now blindside. Away goes the little halfback. Taken down by Lawaki. Didn't release it. Lawaki's had a good couple of minutes here. Donald again quickly unleashes the kick. This is not a good one though. Straight to Stain. He'll be looking to kick this or bounce it into the corner, but Muliaina anticipated very well indeed.
Don't advance play. Out of 10. You out. Get out.
Bit of a kickathon at the moment. Up goes Donald. He can't grab it. Leonard's got in behind him though and scoops it up. Lays it back. Quick hands. Again Donald. And drops it onto the boot. Big collision. Ball knocked on by the Bulls. Now Willis. Lawaki looming. Hawkard does well to almost upset him. Willis gets it back. They're 10 out from the 22. Dragged out by Lynn to Donald. Another kick coming up. Wangasei doing to a rising high. Got it. Nobody there to help him out though. And he had to release it.
Yep.
He was reluctant to because he didn't have any support.
James Leckie being very consistent. Got to release the ball in the tackle. That's 2 short-arm penalties given in a row. Very quick.
Geez, that was a piece of brilliance, wasn't it, from Wakasindua? And unfortunately, he was just too quick for everybody, particularly his teammates.
Let's go further.
Just caught the mascot over here. A little chief just got nailed by that ball.
It was a well-weighted kick, and he went and challenged the ball in the air, and this is where you see there's just no Chiefs jerseys around. By the time they arrived, too late. You've got to release that ball.
Tom Willis thrown deep. Tipped by Lynn. Quick hands by Davison. Once again moving it wide. Sweeney. Muliaina in a bit of a gap. Masanga in space. Had a bit of support in field from Tanara Latimer. They're going to go blindside here. Chiefs looking to spread it again. Bruce across to Leonard. Looks at the gap. Struggles to within 5 metres. Now lays it back. Bruce once more. Back on the inside. Davison!
Time out. Time out.
Did he get it down? That is the question. They look pretty happy about it.
Well, that was the roll they wanted. The roll on, it was 1-2. Guys hitting the ball hard. And again, Leonard, his work rate's been absolutely huge this Super 14. He's like another loose forward. He was the one that kept the momentum going.
Chiefs are heading back to halfway. They think that Sims Davison has grounded this.
Now it's certainly down there.
Yeah, but it might have just flicked out. This is what we're going to have a good look at. See if we can see it from this side.
Has he got control of the ball? That's the thing.
So he gets spun over, and it's when he rolls over on his back over the front, does he get it down or does he lose it? That won't show it, that angle. So there's 2 guys on him. They spin him over. Sims Davison's got to roll over and put it down.
It'll be the next one. I think it's the first one we saw. And just slow it right down. Just watch the ball.
Yes, look at the Bulls player trying to tell the referee that he felt that he had a part of it.
When the kicks go downfield, actually not chasing.
Please remember that we're slowing this down so fast that I was just to what it was. Almost have to give it, wouldn't you?
Well, you'll see the ball there, and then is Sims Davison's hand still on the top of it at that stage? Where's his left hand? And that, or does that come on down now?
Yeah,
that's the decision you have to make. And of course the thing is, the onus is on the attacking side to score the try. They have to prove.
Hang on, let's see.
Thank you, mate. So it's been knocked on. We've got a 5-minute scrum.
Correct.
Thank you.
And that's the key thing in this, that the attacking side have to prove to the referee, the TMO, 100% we have scored the try. If in doubt, I'm sorry, you get the attacking scrum. End of story.
It's tough on the Chiefs, but I think it's the right call. The ball did leave the hand.
It wasn't 100% certainty, so it's attacking scrum, Chiefs ball.
Yeah, same on both sides. Let's all keep the
Well,
weight
the
on.
Chiefs tried the old bluff. They went back to halfway. The TMO's not watching there. He's watching the monitor.
Just wait for a ball. Lost ball by you guys. Their ball. Crouch, touch, pause, engage. Stay down, centre.
So the Bulls a bit lucky.
Yeah, they get the scrum too because of the knock on.
Get in there.
Good scrum though from the Chiefs.
Well, Matthew, they should be pretty wild now, and there should be some energy and some enthusiasm. Hey, we're under the goal sticks here. Let's put some pressure on the Bulls scrum
Touch, pause,
and go hunting.
engage.
Back to Dupria, and he can't get rid of it quick enough. Not out yet though. So Muliaina is going to bring it back. And does very well to go a good 10 metres as the Chiefs keep up the pressure. Willis runs into some very solid defence. Lennon's back in position. Lobs the pass for a nice offload. Davison so near in the last movement.
See, they're not committing any of the Blues forward. That's what they have to do. A few pick and goes, a few drives around the rucks to suck them in because there's nothing there. They're just standing there waiting on forward defence.
Now Luaki lobs it out into centre field for Latimer. Now here's Srini. Defence coming across smartly, but they're only 5 metres short here. Muliaina. They've got a penalty advantage coming up here.
Two blue players, one of them number 5. Full arm penalty. I'll just check. How long to go, Glenn? Good.
Yeah, plenty of time for a line-out.
Penalties 5.
Well, James Leakey is saying that two of the Blues
Scrum. Thank you.
Bulls
Scrum.
forwards came in from the wrong angle. They didn't come through the back gate. I personally would be starting some issuing some stern warning and saying the next guy does this, it's 10 minutes in the bin.
Okay. Can you give me those numbers again? Just separate for a second. Black 6. Thanks. Blue 13.
Well, they could do that under foul play.
Yeah.
That is a
Captains as
penalty
well.
offence, and that covers a multitude of sins, doesn't it?
Mills, where's the captain? Tom, step in. Okay, this game's going really well. Let's not have any of that sort of stuff in the game. Okay, we agree with that? Off we go. Thank you. Let's play the scrum. Thanks, Steve.
It's been a really impressive 40 from Sione Luaki. I don't know if it's the haircut, but certainly having a great game that first 40. Let's see if he's got some more energy in this last 2 or 3 minutes. Off the back of the scrum here. Great position here for the Chiefs to see if they can level the scores in this first 40.
Touch, pause, engage. Okay, up please.
Oh, the old
Make sure you
collapse
get a
scrum,
bind straight
eh?
away.
The life of a
Loose
front row
footing here,
forward.
get a bind straight away.
They spend a good deal of their lives looking at the world upside down through their legs. Everyone a gem, isn't it, eh?
Crouch, touch,
Watching the grass
pause,
grow.
engage.
Leonard gets it in. Leonard sends it wide to Donald. Donald gets it wide for Sweeney.
Hand off, Blue, you're
Right by the goalpost. 5 metres out. Leonard
backwards.
challenged. Here is Lauaki fighting his way downfield, but he's well held this
Leave the
time.
player, ball's clear.
Leonard looking to clear it, does so. Doesn't find Donald. Good effort from Muliaina. Stabs the kick through, but it's just a little too far. And well covered by Olafia. And so a 22 dropout.
Thank you.
Well, the Chiefs are spending
22. 2
considerable
minutes to
time
go.
in this first half in the Bulls 22,
5 to go.
and yet they're 5 behind on the scoreboard.
Playing a lot better though, Stu. It's been a better 40 from the Chiefs.
And apart from that high ball which Sione Luaki dropped, he has been in very good form.
Fitness levels will be tested in the second half. Dwayne Sweeney. This is going to bounce, so I think it's going to bounce, and it does bounce. Stain has to get it. He turns and kicks it out. And the Chiefs have another opportunity.
Thanks, mate.
A line out inside the Bulls 22.
Well, Matthew, remember the bomb that they put up and Mornay Stain coughed it up badly. I mean, it was a beautifully weighted up and under, the old Gary Owen. Lots of pressure went on it and he coughed it up. He spilt it. So I'm wondering why they don't put a few more up and right under those goalposts.
I'll ask Ian Foster at half time.
Did you see that? Just tell him I'm just quiet.
Don't shut, Luke. Don't shut.
Off the top from O'Neill. Donald, maybe the last chance in this first half. Bruce running hard at the defence. Slipped the pass nicely too to Latimer. Ball bounces back, carrying on with it is Bruce. He's there, is he? Oh, not quite. Yes, he's given it. They get their reward. Callum Bruce gets the try. Referee was right there. Just looked for a moment as though he might have bounced this.
Yeah, I don't have any problems with a referee that makes the call on the spot. He's down there. He's got the first look at it. Whether it's a right decision or a wrong decision, I don't have any problems. At least he has the ability. I'm the referee. Oh, that's a good try. Now,
Well, he deserved one. And this is could be Wakas and Duradura, I'm not sure, but that was a wonderful play. Let's just have a look now. There's a wonderful direct running there from Callum Bruce. Good commitment, good attitude. He must get off his feet really early. Here's another go. And this is where Grant was just said.
got that down. It might have been the guy coming over the top that banged it. In behind the goal could see this. Oh, it's good.
Donald converts the try, and that was the last act of the first half. So the Chiefs have the lead for the first time in the game, just on the half-time break by 12 points to 10.